to the iron. Now, if you don't have an iron, you just have to work on these edges so that you pull them right out to these seams right out to the edge. And sometimes if there's no electricity and people have no way of actually ironing, you can take that and run it along the side of a table. But you have to really pull them out first, and you can do that. But because we happen to have an iron, we're going to use it. So you want to get those edges. See, I've got them right on the edge there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And pulled out. Nice and flat. And when you come to the Tyvek is strange. It's from here to here, right? And so, and there's all different qualities of it. And sometimes we get some that it can start to melt. So you don't want to put your iron on there for very long. Just a little bit, just enough to make it look nice and neat. And then you can go back to really putting heat on the fabric. I'm using a cotton setting on the iron, and as long as you're using, fabric that's 100% cotton, that's a great setting. If you happen to be using something that has some polyester in it, try your fabric first before you set your iron that hot. Okay. We'll go back to the sewing machine. So what we're going to do is fold this back 4 inches. You can make a template for yourself if you want, or tape measure. So that's 4 inches. And you'll see that this end here is a little narrower than the body of the strap of the carrier. And that's on purpose. We want that to be like that. All right, so we're going to start with the lower side, the bottom. And I like the stitch to be right on the edge. Come on, fabric. You definitely want a back tack. And keep that stitch right on the edge. And see, when you look on the back, on the other side of it, you can't see anything sticking out. Sometimes what happens, and I really don't like it when this happens, is that if that part is too wide, after you stitch it, what you'll see on this side is the side sticking out. And that just looks sloppy to me. I want it to look nice and neat. I had a friend once say to me that every carrier should look like a piece of art. And I thought, yeah, because we want to be respectful of these girls and give them something that's really beautiful. So there's the 4 inches. Now every 1 inch, we're going to stitch across this piece. And if you feel like you've got to mark it, please go ahead and mark it. If you feel like you can do this and eyeball it, that's great. Make sure you back tack. So we're going to put 4 channels or casings, however you want to call them, in here. That's my next inch. 4 channels. And that's what makes this one size fits all, because you can use whichever one you need with your belt, and we don't need to make all sorts of different sizes. So on the other side, that side's open because we had to have a way to turn the whole thing. So you need to fold that in 1/4 of an inch. And I really mean 1/4 of an inch. I have people again who do that. No, you want just 1/4 of an inch, just a little bit. And all these things, there's a reason for them. I mean, it has to do with the size of the carrier. So if you start taking 1/2 an inch where we've said 1/4 of an inch, the whole sizing is going to be off. So again, we want to fold back 4 inches. So there's my 4 inches there. And we'll start with the lower part. The side is a little trickier because you've got that folded in. If you want to press that first, that's okay too. Right on the edge. Sewing machine. I don't like that. See that? I don't like it. The machine pushed it, so I'm going to take that out. And I'd rather take it out now than after the whole thing's done, and then I have to take a lot out. So just keep your eye on what is going on. Then you can correct problems before they become huge problems. Okay. All right, I'm going to back tack. Stay right on the edge. And we're going to put in our 4 channels.